and publisher of The Blows Report. I grew up just outside of Washington, D.C. in Virginia in a town called Herndon. What's up, Herndon? I wanted to be a fashion designer ever since I was a little girl. So when the time came, I decided to go to Parsons School of Design, and I moved to New York City when I was 18, where I pretty much lived off and on until I moved in 2013 to Denver, well actually to Boulder. And I was a fashion designer for a ton of different companies. I like to say that I designed them all. I worked at the J. Crew, Gap, New York & Company, American Eagle, Abercrombie, a bunch of different places, and I had an amazing amount of experiences and had a terrific group of friends from the industry. And then when I moved here in 2013 with my family, I took some time off to be a mom, and then was at a really cool art gallery opening and decided that Denver needed a cultured, curated calendar to find out where to go to see all the cool events, the galleries, the fashion events, food, fun, all different kinds of things. So I just decided to start it with my site, anniebloge.com, about 2 years ago. And then this past January, I relaunched, expanding on focusing on different makers, creatives, things that I'm interested, more long-term events, but still keeping the events calendar. So come visit theblowsreport.com and sign up for the newsletter when you're there.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I have a shop and run now, which is crazy. Oh, I was going to tell you guys. So we have the vintage event in.
Hi everyone, I am Esther Leach, the publisher and editor-in-chief of Cherry Creek Fashion Magazine, which covers style, beauty, living, and culture in Cherry Creek and the rest of the city of Denver, and it comes out once a month. I don't know if you hear like a slight weird accent. I was born and raised in a very small island, St. Lucia, which is in the Caribbean. And after that, I moved to London to study. And then I came over to the US after I met my husband, who's British. And we lived in New York, San Francisco, and now we've called Denver home for the last 5 years. We have a little 4-year-old. And when I'm not working, because I work a lot, I'm hanging out in Cherry Creek. Where else? At Aviano, Le Bibliothèque, Narrative, somewhere in Cherry Creek. We're always hanging out and having fun. And just enjoy the podcast and get to know us, sign up for our newsletter, and listen. Bye, guys.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Do them with Karen
So I'm
first.
just gonna like do all like, you know, waste up and try to get
And then after I did your interview before I did it.
Hi, my name is Karen Nimmo, and I'm founder of Found Her. Found Her is a creative community for female artists, makers, and entrepreneurs here in Denver, and the mission is to really introduce women, women in art to women in tech, left brain to right brain, aspiring to establish, try to get more women to go out there and start businesses on their own terms. I'm originally from Colorado, Denver, not originally, but kind of. So I was born in Lithuania. I moved here when I was a year old, so I'm pretty much native, but some of the natives might actually say I'm not native, but I think I am. And I grew up here, went to school in Boulder, and I lived in New York for about 6 or 7 years in the city, working in advertising, and my background is in product development and tech startup. And about 2 years ago, I left corporate America to be an entrepreneur and to be my own boss. The problem was I didn't really know what I was gonna do, but I was gonna be my own boss. So I started Found Her, and it's a thriving community here in Denver. And now I've met these lovely ladies and started this podcast. And in my free time, I've got 3 little girls that I absolutely adore, 4, 8, and 9, and I snowboard on the weekends and spend my time in the mountains, and I love everything art, culture, fashion, pop culture, so that's kind of a little bit about me.
Hey, can we do a master class on how to model? What? Like, I need to get a model. Right? No, right? I know this. She does this. She looks great. So looks great. I've been letting everyone know. I did not do that.
Hi, my name is Lorena Chen. I am the owner of LWC Concepts, and I was originally born in Houston, and I moved to Denver about going on 3 years ago. Prior to that, I was living in Houston, and prior to that, I was living in LA, and prior to that, Houston, and then prior to that, New York, and prior to that, I was living in Asia, and prior to that, I was living in Ohio. So Houston's always been my home base, but officially moved to Denver because my then boyfriend, now husband, and I were long distance dating between Houston and Denver. So, moved here and started my company about a year ago. It is named LWC because those are my father's initials. They're actually his restaurant group. But since I do PR for some of his restaurants in Texas, I just took the name and decided to expand on the services of LWC Concepts. So we offer a lot of PR marketing, digital, anything that's design or real estate. If you have an idea or concept, we will make it happen. And if I'm not spending time with my husband, generally I am traveling. If I'm not traveling and I'm in town, we are just always relaxing, dining out, trying to do some shopping or go on some nature hikes. I am taking ski lessons, so I'm not quite an avid ski bunny yet, but getting there. And we're always, hanging out at Wash Park in the area that we live in.
Sexy eye. I was doing this. Like, it would be the biggest fucking joke you've ever seen in your life. People will be like, what the fuck is wrong with her?
I refuse to listen to a podcast.
Use the props you have around.
I mean, yes.
Hi, I'm Lee Gordon. I'm the owner and editor of the Scout Guide Denver. I'm originally from Omaha, and I have lived in Denver now 3 times. I recently moved back from LA about a year and a half ago to take over the Scout Guide, which was really exciting for me because my sister, Susie Matheson, is one of the co-founders of the Scout Guide, which started in Charlottesville, Virginia. The Scout Guide, if you don't know, is a collection of city guides across the entire country. We're in about 65 cities, and each city celebrates and promotes the best of the local and independent businesses in our communities. So it's really awesome to be a part of the Denver community, but it's more personal because I'm part of something that my sister started, which is really awesome. I have an older sister and my folks live out here, which is great, and an amazing group of friends, and just being part of the Scout Guide has introduced me to such a supportive and creative community here in Denver, which is awesome. Denver is growing every day, and being a part of it is really great. I've met some of my best friends doing what I'm doing now. All of the women part of the podcast are awesome, and there you go. Thanks.